So let me just ask you straight up. Is your wealth an invisible target? I mean, if you've worked your tail off to build something meaningful, this is probably one of the most important questions you could ever ask. Because ironically, the very success you've built could be the one thing that puts it all in danger.
And this really shows why the stakes are so incredibly high. It's a scary thought, isn't it? One unlucky break, maybe a frivolous lawsuit, or a business deal that goes south, and just like that, years and years of hard work could completely unravel. It could literally cost you everything.
You know, this is how pretty much all of us are taught to own things, right? Your name is on the deed to the house. It's on the car title, it's on your savings account. And on the surface, it seems totally normal, simple, direct. But what you're actually looking at is a high-exposure setup. Everything you own is tied directly to you, creating that one single huge target.
And this right here, this visual just nails the difference. Over on the left, you've got traditional ownership. You are directly connected to your asset. So if something goes wrong with that asset, well, that problem has a direct path right back to you. But look at the right. By putting a simple wrapper in between, you've created a shield. You're still in control, but you've broken that direct line of fire.
Now, you might see the source material, sometimes call these wrappers, R-A-P-P-E-R-S, but the proper term is actually wrapper with a W. Just think of it like a protective box or a legal container. It's usually something like an LLC or a trust, and its only job is to hold an asset, creating this critical barrier between that asset's risk and the rest of your personal life.
And here's the part that's so simple but so incredibly powerful. The structure changes just a little bit. The company, that legal wrapper, it owns the asset, say a rental property. And you own the company. That one little step of separation, that's where all the protection comes from. So, first up, let's look at the unprotected house. This is what happens when all your stuff is just in your personal name. A fire starts in one room. Let's say it's a lawsuit tied to your business. But because there are no walls, that fire just rages uncontrollably through the whole house. It jumps to your savings, to your home, to your investments, and the result? The whole thing burns to the ground. Total financial ruin.
But now, look at the protected house. In this scenario, you've already built those fireproof walls, your legal wrappers. So when that same fire starts in that same room, it hits a wall, and it stops. The fire is contained. The problem is completely isolated, and the rest of your financial house, your family's security, it's all perfectly safe.
This is why you'll often see wealthy people using multiple boxes. They might have one company just for their main business, and a completely different one holding a rental property, and yet another one for their long-term investments. Now, this isn't about hiding anything, it's about being smart and professionally structured. Each box contains its own risk, which lets you keep growing without ever betting the farm.
Look, if there's just one thing you remember from all of this, please make it this quote. The container is often just as important as the content inside of it. That is the entire mindset shift. You stop focusing only on what you own, and you start paying serious attention to how you own it.
So I want to leave you with a question to think about. After everything we've talked about, when you look at your own financial life, is your house built with paper, totally vulnerable to the first spark? Or is it built with brick, structured to stand strong against any fire that might come its way? Because the choice of building materials, that's entirely up to you.